Now let's talk about Babylon the Great. That's another one of her names. And it is not referring to Babylon as a city or a nation. It is a religious designation. The woman corresponds religiously to what Babylon was religiously. Every manner of evil, the occult, were born in Babylon from ancient times. Every single one of them. It started with Nimrod. Every false religious practice that you see around the world started in Babylon. Every one of them. Mesopotamia was the ancient cradle of civilization. When it talks about Mesopotamia, it's talking about where Babylon was. And they probably taught you that in history class. That is the cradle of civilization. That is where Nimrod was. And that's where it all started. And once again, it got scattered around the world when God scattered them around the world. So what you see are different forms of it. Amen. Watchers, who are the sons of God, who came down from heaven to earth and sinned and taught them all the occultic practices. Remember, the Bible talks about the sons of God had intercourse with the daughters of men. This is it right here. They are the ones who taught these practices. And all manner of evil, demon worship was born right there in Babylon. Amen. 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 Babylon the Great. The next name is the mother of harlot. Now look at the word mother. As a mother of harlots, she gave birth to all kinds of idolatry, religions, and practices in the world. She comes from her. Every filthy idolatrous practice came out of this book. That's why she's called the mother of God. And the abominations of the earth. Practices of idolatry together with unclean sexual vices. Exodus 32, 1 through 6. We saw that happen. Is mixing idolatry with sex. That's going on now. Like crazy all over. Okay? That's going on now. I know for a fact. I know for a fact this stuff is going on. That's why you see, go out now and you look around. Everything is about sex. Sex, 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 sex everywhere. People now are practically in the school that I teach in. The kids, I don't know, they're allowing the kids now to come in there. They don't wear uniforms, but they're not properly covered anymore. They're showing their stomach and they're wearing all kinds of clothes. I'm telling you, you have to like guard your mind, guard your eyes. You have to guard yourself nowadays because it's right in your face. And it's deliberate to take you down spiritually. Amen. It's because this woman is up in her game. She wants to destroy as many as she can. And she does not care if you are in the church. She don't care. She don't care if you're a preacher. She don't care. Yeah. Hitler was like a person that came ahead. I thought more about Hitler. What he did is not by chance. Okay. Notice that he attacked the Jews. So that spirit is coming back as well. So the abominations of the earth, idolatry with unclean sexual vices, Canaanite abominations with Molech, Rephan, and Chiam, Acts 7:43, Amos 5:25 through 26. Ashtaroth was worshipped by the Zidonians in 1 Kings 16:31. Chemosh, the Moab of the Moabites, and Milcom of the Ammonites, 1 Kings 11:5, 2 Kings 23:11. All these abominations were born in Shinar, Babylon, by Nimrod, Genesis 10:8 through 10 and 11 through 9. And the children of Israel, this is what got them in trouble. Because after Joshua led them into the promised land, and all the people died out that was with Joshua, and a new generation. The Bible says when a new generation came, the children of Israel turned to worship Baal and Ashtoreth. Okay, this stuff has been going on forever. Okay, this stuff is not new, not new. The same spirit that God's people have been dealing with over the years. And this is the reason why all the mess that you see going on over there in Israel is because of this. God kicked them out of the land because they put away his commandments, put away his laws, put away his statutes, and started worshiping his God. The only way God could preserve them and bring them back, he chose to put them out of the land. But in the end, he's going to gather them back. And he's going to do it in such a way that they will believe, turn to Jesus Christ as the Messiah. It's totally planned and orchestrated that God is going to get his people back to worship him. And he is going to be their king again. Because that's what he wanted. God wanted to be their king. But they went after other gods. So later we will see that the woman called Babylon, false religious system, and it has its origin in Babylon. Nimrod built it and called it Babel. The Hebrew is Babel, gate of God, Genesis 10:10. He planned to build it to be a gateway, a portal for gods or demons to come into the earth. You see what Nimrod was trying to do back in those days? See, back in those days, before Nimrod came, yeah, there was sin on the earth, but it wasn't that bad. Okay? It wasn't that bad. But demons have been trying to come into the earth realm for a long time. The only way they can get in, somebody has to let them in by building altars to them. See, that's what witchcraft has done all over the world now. Because there is so much of it, we have a whole lot of demons operating on the earth. Because the altars have brought them in. It has brought them in. That's what Nimrod was trying to do. But God destroyed the Tower of Babel. So that did not work. That did not work. And that's when the devil came up with another plan. Mixture. That's a topic by itself. The seed of men with demons. This stuff is real and it's happening now. Amen. So Nimrod's wife, Semiramis, and her illegitimate son, Tammuz, introduced the concept of mother and child worship. Babylon's mysteries of rites have been preserved through the high priest called Pontiff, who had his seat in Babylon. So those mysteries of rites was brought, preserved by the high priest of Babylon, the Pontiff, who we now call the Pope. Pontiff's meter engraves the name Pontifex Maximus, chief bridge builder, and it signifies the high priest of Babylon, is the one who stands in the gap between man and God. When Persia overthrew Babylon, the Pontiff went to Pergamum. Later, kings of Pergamus adopted the title Pontiff from the high priest to a royalty. When Attalus III, the Pontiff, king of Pergamus, died in 133 BC, the title was bequeathed to Rome. Roman Emperor Julius Caesar became supreme Pontiff, 63 BC. Roman Emperor used this title until Emperor Gratian refused it. Damascus, the bishop of Rome, elected as pontiff in 378 AD. Ever since then, Roman Catholic popes have used this title. The woman is also known as the Queen of Heaven. You find this in Jeremiah 7:18, Jeremiah 44:17 through 19, and verse 25. Ashtaroth is a supreme goddess of Canaan and goddess of the Sidonians in 1 Kings 11:5. Goddess of love and war. She is dressed in purple and scarlet and bedecked with gold, jewels, and pearls. In many visions, the man of God has seen her beginning in 2005. She is always very beautiful, always dressed in the Near Eastern woman way of dressing in royalty. From her head to her toe, covered in scarlet colored robe. Her hair is very beautifully done and high up cape. From the head to the toe, she is full of jewels. That's Ashtaroth. A golden cup full of abomination is in her hand. 2 Kings 23:13. And the kings defied the high places that were east of Jerusalem to the south of the Mount of Corruption, which Solomon, the king of Israel, had built for Ashtaroth. See that? The abomination of the Sidonians. And for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab. And for Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. King Solomon messed up big time. Abominations in Greek is delugma, detestation, especially idolatry, practices of abomination. People used to do this, pass through the fire, witchcraft, spiritism, necromancy, Deuteronomy 18:10-11, idolatry in Deuteronomy 29, 2 Kings 23:24, Jeremiah 13:27, and Ezekiel 8:9-10. Human sacrifice, which is still going on. 2 Chronicles 28:3, because these demons, this woman, Ashtoreth, demands it. Blood, witchcraft, sorcery, 2 Kings 9:22. Golden cup, temple vessels. Her abominations are religious in nature and presented as attractive and easily acceptable to all. So when you make all religions one and offer that cup to everybody, they accept it. The filthiness of her fornication, impurities, Greek is akatharos, impure, ceremonially, morally lewd, or especially demonic. Fornication, the Greek is porneia, harlotry, including adultery and incest. Therefore, impurities of fornication can be defined as morally lewd acts of adultery and incest that are demonically enticing. Ashtoreth was depicted as a many-breasted goddess, enticer of sexual lust. Jezebel, here it is, was baptized with the spirit of Ashtaroth. When Jehu came to kill her, she beautified to entice him in 2 Kings 9:30. Many breasts, all nations, to come and drink from her. Enticement through sexual fantasy. Let's stop here for today. When we come back, we're going to see how this woman killed the saints. Yep. Wicked, wicked evil spirit.